Hello and welcome to Talking Schmidt. I'm your host, Eric Schmidt.
And I'm Greg Burmeister.
Very exciting stuff today, Greg. Very exciting. We have a great poet, and also he performs some comedy as well, but his name is Ryan Buynak. We're so excited to have him on.
Very good man.
Very good man. Good fun guy. So real quick, though, a note. If you're listening to this podcast and you're a friend of Greg and I's, we ask, well, first of all, thank you for listening. Also, it would really help us out if you guys could go review the podcast at Apple Podcasts, especially. Give us a nice 5-star review. That'd be terrific. Write a note there.
If you want.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're not no gun to your head here.
Yeah,
or anything.
no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. Just if you could, it would help us out, and we'd sincerely appreciate it. And also just write a nice note there, if you want. Or again, you don't have to,
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no. Well, anyway, now let's get to Ryan Buynak. Here he is, Ryan Buynak, everybody. Thanks for being here, Ryan.
Thanks for having me.
Ryan Buynak, our guest. How exciting is that? Pretty cool. Ryan and I, old friends. Greg, you were friends.
How old are you guys?
Well, I didn't mean like that. I mean,
forever friends.
Yeah, forever friends.
There we go.
Yeah.
Ryan's like me. He's from Florida.
Yeah.
But he's from a worse part of Florida, if that's even possible. He's from Orlando, Florida.
Yeah.
Ooh, buddy.
What, were you born there?
I was, but I have to tell you, depending on who's asking me, I don't tell them where I'm from.
I'm very sorry to have outed you.
No, it's fine. I think it's time.
It's time to be openly from Orlando. The first openly from Orlando poet. That's you.
I think it's time to come out. No, I tell people I'm from New York City because I lived here for so long and I love it so much. It just gave me the world. And so if I'm in Florida and you go, where are you from? I'm from New York.
Wow.
So if anyone asks you, and it has happened before where someone's been like, oh, you're from Orlando. And I'm like, no. And I give the stop talking.
I'm not
sign.
an Orlando person. I just live here.
Yeah.
I just like the Magic.
Yeah. Well, the Orlando Magic. What a great team. Were you a fan of them even though you weren't from there, Greg?
I was a huge fan, actually, during the Shaq and Penny days.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's if you had to pick an era. That's the one. Those guys.
I had a couple Penny jerseys. Like I had a Magic hat.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I love the Magic. They're doing great this year, actually. Not great. Let me take that back. They're not doing great,
You're
but
making
they're the most
outrageous claims.
They're the most exciting to watch they've been since Dwight Howard.
When you lived here, were you still a Magic fan?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Got the NBA League Pass. Used to have folks over to watch it. Got real mad at it. It brings out a side of me that's not usually seen.
Okay, were you a Knicks fan too? Or?
Yeah, I like any New York team, but I grew up the Magic. And, of course, like when I was, 11, 12, 13, that was hard Shaq and Penny.
Yeah, Shaq and Penny. If you're listening, we love you. And we don't want to have you on the podcast, but we like you a lot.
You should get Shaq on the pod. We're trying to get Shaq on my pod.
Oh, I saw that on Twitter. Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about your podcast real quick.
Okay, so
we'll also talk about it later, but tell us a little because this is probably your most popular thing that you do at this point, right?
As of right now, yeah. Aside from the Lost blog I wrote 10 years ago about the show Lost. That was real popular.
Look it up, guys.
It was called The Lost Boys.
So you have a great podcast, and you're going to have me and Greg on at some point, or we're told, and hopefully
absolutely.
that happens, and if it doesn't, we'll be mad at you.
We're going to do a very special episode with you guys. So it's called Bothering the Band, and we ask famous or up-and-coming musicians really stupid questions. We don't care. This is what we always say. We don't care about your upbringing or your inspiration or your songwriting process or
just
any of
want
that
some
shit.
weirdness.
We want to know if you've heard of Bridget Fonda.
Okay.
If you put your shoes on sock, shoe, or sock, shoe like a psycho.
Okay.
Ooh, interesting.
Stuff like that. And we got some crazy guests.
Can you tell us a few of them? I know you had one
Absolutely.
big one recently, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say, so I'm going to let you list some of your highlights.
Yeah, okay, so we got G-Love from G-Love and Special Sauce, William Ryan Key from Yellow Card.
I listened to that one.
Most people know that band from Ocean Avenue.
I used to live.
My cousin, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was a huge Yellow Card fan. I hung out with Ryan and their old guitarist Ben Harper a handful of times.
Not the Ben Harper and the Innocent Criminals.
No,
right?
he's the
Different, worse.
shaggy blonde hair guy.
Bad Ben Harper.
I'm pretty sure he like grows weed in Northern California these days.
Oh wow, quite the
Probably.
allegation going on here.
But yeah, we got Lyrics Born is another great one. I don't know, a bunch. And up and coming, what you're talking about is Tom Arnold.
Oh my God, so exciting! Yes.
Yes, that Tom Arnold.
Yeah, the good. Well, I don't know.
The famous
The
one.
famous one.
Yeah.
You know, well, we don't want to put any opinions out there. You know?
I don't know when this is coming out because his episode's coming out in 2 weeks. So.
Oh, it might be around then.
Yeah, it might be around
Might
the
be
same
right
time,
around then.
actually.
This will be like kind of near Thanksgiving, I think. So
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
turkey.
Turkey and Tom Arnold.
Yeah, there you go. So let's talk about how we met, right?
Okay.
Yeah, let's get right into it. You and I met in 2000, what was it, 9, I guess, probably, 2009. And we met through a friend that I worked with
Yep.
at The Late Show with David Letterman. And now he's our enemy. And I think he's my only one. I don't have many enemies that I know of. I mean, there's probably a lot of people listening to this that are like, I hate you, you know, but like other than that, I don't think I have any enemies.
He's the only known enemy.
Yeah, I know why he thinks he doesn't like. I think he thinks I got his girlfriend fired. But
Well,
I didn't.
He that shall not be named.
His name I think. I don't know. I don't remember his last name. I remember it was hard to pronounce and spell, but we won't say that.
Oh man, he's not I would say this. He's not an active enemy anymore. Like,
Right,
we're
no,
not
if I
like
saw him-
trying to destroy him.
No. If I saw him, I'd be nice to him. I'd be cordial to him.
But if someone goes, "Hey, do you have any enemies?" I would think for a second and probably say, "Yeah, this guy named."
Well, I wish him the best.
Yeah, all the best.
Like I said, like I'm not mad. If I saw
Yeah.
him, I'd be. I think I was irritated by some of his decisions back in back when we were having the troubles. I guess
The troubles.
Yeah,
yes.
but now if I saw him, I'd be nice and
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Have you guys talked to him recently? Or
No,
because
dude, I haven't talked to him in like a decade.
Oh,
I
so
sent
you
him
know.
letters.
Oh yeah.
I cut out letters from magazines and.
It's weird being an
Leave him.
adult with an enemy, though. You're just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, there's one guy who probably doesn't like me very much.
It is.
What?
Yeah, hopefully
As I
he's
say it
over
out
at
loud, it
this
sounds
point.
real
Oh, it
petty
sounds
and
absurd.
stupid.
Yeah, it's so dumb. That's why I'm like, you know what? I'm totally over it. I don't know. If I like I said, if I saw him, I'd be nice, and I
Eric,
hope
let's-
he would do the same. I hope he doesn't punch me or something if he sees me.
He still has like a 10-year grudge.
It's possible we would see him at a wedding or a funeral.
Probably
you know?
a funeral. Yeah.
Can't wait for that. You know the mutual friend I'm thinking of. Can't wait till he dies,
Oh,
and then
man.
we'll finally have a reunion, and I'll
Then
be
that's-
nice to him at the funeral.
That funeral's going to be so awkward. Even more awkward than like regular funerals.
Well, so anyway, we met through that guy, and then we became, we became better friends than.
Yeah.
We became like immediately closer.
Right
And-
away. We met and I knew immediately, same sense of humor, same sensibilities.
Yeah, just very silly.
We had a real fun time the first time we met too. Yacht rocking it up and whatnot.
Yeah, so I used to do this thing called Yacht Rock Sunday, where we would listen to yacht rock and do cocaine. I mean, we'd drink too. We weren't just doing cocaine. That's absurd. You shouldn't just
Yeah,
do
what are we,
cocaine, guys.
crazy?
But we were in our earlier 20s, and that was what we were doing at the time. But it was super fun. Luckily, I don't do that anymore. I'm not still yacht rocking it up on a Sunday.
No.
Also, like with all the fentanyl going around, kids, I can't recommend doing yacht rock Sundays anymore.
No, don't meet someone and then immediately do cocaine in their bedroom.
That gets you close fast, by the way.
Did participate in Yacht Rock
I am not
Sundays?
gonna say. I'm not gonna say.
Yes.
Oh, come on.
Got him.
God damn it. All right. Well,
I forget his
he's
last name
definitely.
though.
Well, if he wasn't going to reach out to us angrily before, he's definitely going to now.
Oh man.
This episode might get deleted. If you're listening to it, we're going to post it at least, but it might get deleted.
It has a
when
shelf life.
When a lawyer reaches out to us.
It's okay. I have a really good lawyer in my
good.
corner, though, so he'll get our back.
That's
All right,
good. That's
cool.
good.
Yeah.
So one other time that we partied really hard was you were bartending an event down in what neighborhood was that? That was the
It was like the
Seaport,
Piers.
South Street
Yeah,
Seaport.
there you go. Yeah.
And you just like texted me and our other friend Ian Hunt, and I don't think we're going to incriminate him too bad here, so this should be fine. You were like, "Hey, I'm bartending this thing. You should come down." And we're just like, "Oh, whatever. We're not doing anything today. It was Saturday." And we go down there, and you're just it's like the backstage, right?
It was a music festival.
Yeah, it was. You were like, and you just got us in, and we're just pouring us massive drinks, and we were having the time of our life. We were hanging out with the bands that were playing.
Was that Pier 17 or
Was
like
it?
down?
It was down there. It was definitely one of those. I forget what it was called.
What was that dude's name that we partied with? He was from that band, The Drums.
His name was
Matheny Miles, I think.
Miles, yeah, Miles.
So we became very close friends with him and his like girlfriend at the time,
Yeah.
and we were just getting wasted.
He was in a great band called The Drums, which was like blowing up. It was on like iPod commercials.
Oh,
and
whoa,
shit. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. They were doing pretty
They were
good.
very popular, and he was super down to earth. I think he was from Florida too. He's from Gainesville or something. Yeah. So we just became fast friends with that dude. We're just getting wasted, and then. I mean, we're like blackout drunk by the time the sun goes down. And then we go to the after party, which was played by another really popular band.
Do you remember?
No, I don't remember. But we were just backstage for it. And you stole a bottle of like liquor, right?
Yeah,
From the bartending part you were doing. You just like put it in your backpack. We go over there. We're backstage just drinking straight out of a bottle of rum and drinking the beers that are backstage.
Yeah.
I think the next day or the Monday of that week, Ian texts me and is like, "We're in the Village Voice." There's like pictures of us just getting wasted.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Man. It was so much fun.
I have a buddy who was at a music festival one time, and he, towards the end of it, he was wasted, and everyone was like, leaving, and the bartenders were packing up the like mobile bar, and he just decided to walk up and pretend he was like the boss of their catering company, and started telling them what to do, and just picking up like cases of vodka and pretending he was like helping them load out, but he was just carrying them to his van.
That's a great idea.
Right?
Yeah.
Confidence is a killer, man.
Yeah,
I've stuck into many concerts just by walking in looking like
too.
I know what I'm doing.
Totally. Maybe throw like an old all access pass
Yeah.
on, or like.
Did I tell you that's what?
Did
I tell you that's what we did one time? Me and Brian, Greg's old roommate.
No.
We saw that Paul Simon was playing his last concert in ever, and I was like, "Oh man, we should go," but the tickets are expensive. He was like, "We'll get in. I have these all access passes." I'm like, "But it's not for that," and he's like, "No," and they don't even match. And I'm like, "All right."
They're from like old TV shows.
So we just go. We walk
It's
up.
like Frasier.
Yeah, we just walk up to the front, and the person that's supposed to take the tickets like holds out their hand to take the ticket, and I just show them the badge, and they're like, "Oh, okay," and then they just let us in, and then we get in. And we realized we're at the wrong concert. We snuck into a Portugal the Man concert by accident. And then
Paul Simon, Portugal, the man. Same shit, you know?
so then we're like, "Oh shit." So we just like leave, get an Uber to the Paul Simon concert, and then we did it again. It just worked again.
Stuck into two in one night.
So then we just walk up to the front. We just keep walking up into sections that we really aren't allowed in. VIP sections. We're just getting free drinks. It was nuts. And then Brian got really greedy, and he was like, let's go backstage. And he just walks up to where you would go to backstage and flash the badge, and the guy was like, "No, what is this?" And then he gets kicked out, and then he somehow like hopped a series of fences and snuck in again. So he snuck into 3 concerts in one day, me only 2. Oh, they didn't catch me. Like I didn't try to
You
go
didn't
with
try
them.
to do
Yeah, I
the
just like ran off when I
backstage.
saw they were starting to question things. I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, Brian, bye." And we were on mushrooms. It was great.
Mushrooms, yeah. You don't say.
Yeah.
I stuck into 2 Kings of Leon concerts in a row. Like, not 2 days
Was it
in a
when they
row.
were good or when they were bad?
Oh, they were at the height of their powers.
So
And-
bad?
No, they were.
They were still good. They
I
were
still
getting
like
bad.
them. I still like them. But
Well, we're never going to book them now.
We're still trying to get you on Bothering the Band. Yeah, it was at Webster Hall or something like that, and I remember just sneaking into where it's a smoking section and just asking some lady. I was like, "Hey, can I do the?" And she licked her hand and slapped me on the thing, and we walked right in.
Yeah.
And so the next year they came, and I didn't get tickets. It sold out, and I was like, "Let's try this again." And everyone was like, "It's not going to work. No way." It worked again. Same thing.
That's amazing.
We're teaching kids great lessons today.
I know one time Blink 182 was playing at Music Hall of Williamsburg with Tom. It was like original lineup, and it sold out, within seconds. So the night of the show, I went over there, and it's a short walk from here, and they have a little smoking section with just a small barricade.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But once you're in that smoking section, they don't check anything because they assume you had already been in and you were just stepping outside to smoke. So very easy place to sneak into.
And they don't zip tie anything. There's a giant
You just
gap.
hop this little 3 or 4 foot barricade and then walk right in.
Yeah, good tips. Good tips here. So, Ryan, when did you get into writing poetry? Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Poems. I think you're the only one that ever does that, and then it's rubbed off on me, and I sound like a dick.
You're a very accomplished poet. You have several books.
Yeah. I have 12 books of poems out.
Yeah.
And this sounds very pretentious. I didn't choose poetry; it chose me. I actually
that does sound very pretentious.
It sounds like a real.
We'll edit that out.
No, but
so we leave all the other terrible things.
all the cocaine, sneaking in the concerts. No, but people ask me like, "Oh, did you like reading and writing as a kid?" And I hated it. Like I legit hated book reports and reading. I remember I had to do something on The Great Gatsby, and I was like, "F this is rich people and rich people's problems." And I was like in
Just
fifth grade.
livid.
I was like in 5th grade.
We should kill all the rich.
Eat the rich.
Yeah.
And no, I hate it. And something just sprung, and now that's what I do for a living. I write.
Great. Yeah,
That's amazing.
You and I always had a good time at the poetry festivals out in Governor's Island. They had very loose rules out there. We would always just bring bottles of liquor.
Lots of liquor.
Because there wasn't a rule against it. So we would just get wasted.
It wasn't encouraged, but
Actually,
it also wasn't.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm pretty sure it said no outside on the FAQ page.
We were brazen about it. We would just set it on because it was it was a festival. You'd set up like a little booth. You'd have a table, and people would come up and look at your books and whatever, your merch. But I would just set up my own table that just had a bottle of whiskey on it, and people would come and be like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "You can have a little if you want."
I'm just whiskey boy.
Well, then one time
before COVID.
Yeah.
Here you go, stranger.
No, I wouldn't let them touch their lips to the bottle. No, afraid of germs. And then one year there was a lot of mulch around, and I picked up some mulch, put it on the table, and then set up a sign on my table that just said mulch. So people would be like,
it's performance art.
It's real existential.
People were like, I think you're at the wrong festival, buddy. This is not the landscaping festival.
I have a photo of you, and I don't, because I think we were a little inebriated. I don't remember, but you're just carrying a massive umbrella through a field.
We were people hated us, I bet.
Oh yes, we got. I don't know if you remember. We got told to shush a few times.
Oh man,
buddy,
there's like some lamos out there trying to do poems and shit. And
poet dorks.
We're just Bukowskiing it, I guess you would say. Oh man, what a hoot all that was.
That was a lot of fun. No joke. We got shushed, and people were like, I remember at one point they were like, "You guys settled down," and I was like, this guy's playing a flute. Someone was playing a flute at everything, and there's people trying to perform. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and then the fun had to stop.
Great segue.
You had to move to Florida.
Oh, devils.
Yeah.
I still lie. Even when people ask me, where do you live? I'm in Florida at that moment. I go, oh, New York.
Yeah, okay. But you did move to Florida, though.
Yeah.
South Florida. With your family. Mm-hmm. And then the drinking had to stop.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about what happened there?
Well, I will say this is my first time publicly talking, not just with my friends, but I had to quit the booze this year.
That's all right. We support you in that.
Most people really upped it during COVID, the pandemic. Let's go nuts. I was like, I'm gonna quit.
Okay.
It's got too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't. Yeah.
Are you in like? Are you in? What's that called?
Like AA?
Yeah. Are you
No. So what I will say,
I just forgot what that was called.
AAA.
Are you a member of the Auto Club?
NAACP. I don't do the AA. It's just not for me. It's, everyone has their own sobriety path.
Yeah.
And what I will say is, and I told this to you, Eric, prior, is, don't treat me. My big thing with quitting drinking is you have this fear of like how you're going to live without it. Because, if you grew up drinking like I did, it's
when did you start?
Like, I don't know, 15?
Okay.
Playing quarters with Mad Dog 2020 and my mom.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. But it got progressively worse. And the main thing is I don't, some people go hard sobriety where they're like, that's their job.
It becomes their addiction.
It becomes their addiction.
It's all they talk about.
No, there are some people that does happen.
Yeah.
I wasn't making a joke.
And I don't want to disparage anyone, because if that's what works for them, that's not who I am. I just happen to stop drinking. I'm still Ryan the poet, the
right.
weirdo.
You seem just as crazy and weird without the booze.
It's not like your lifestyle.
Yeah, you don't seem like you need the booze, actually.
Right when I walked in here, Greg and I made a stabbing joke, so
So you drink with your mom when you were 15?
Dude.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
playing quarters in Mad Dog 2020. Most moms are like, do your homework. My mom was like,
oh, that's the worst. I had homework, Mom.
You had homework? You dork. What a square. No, that's terrible.
And your dad wasn't around, right?
No dad.
Do you think that led to some of the...
Well, I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I've been asked that question before. I made peace with all that stuff a long time ago. I'm sure some shrink would be like, sure, that's exactly why. But I don't think so. I'm not like an angry person. That's not why I was drinking.
Right.
It's just...
it was fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Just like to party.
And then it became too much fun.
And then it became sad. So...
Yeah. Have you ever tried to track your dad down? Do you know if he's alive?
Oh, it's funny you say that. We just started talking about that within my family, and this is my stance on it. I don't mind. My sister was just in town visiting me. I don't mind if anyone tracks down my dad, so long as it doesn't change my life. Yeah. I don't want to like go to a ball game with someone or anything. I don't want.
Yeah, you don't have to do all the father son stuff. God, no. Now.
I don't want to like call another man and like.
You call me all the time.
I know, but I like calling you. But yeah, as I get older, I have a kid, and she asks about my background, and I don't have all the answers. So it's a weird,
Well, hopefully she never listens to this episode.
Oh my God. Hopefully she never reads any of my 12 books of poems. I just picture her out there. She's like 20 or something. She's like with her friends, and she's like, "That's my dad's book."
Oh,
no.
Good Lord. Oh, my good God. What's your nickname for me in the book?
Well, we have two.
Yeah.
It depends on what he or you are doing, and it's either Country Mick or Country Luke.
Right. One of them you would call me if I was being, like, mean, I guess, right?
A little bit abrasive. Not mean, because you're not a mean person.
Thank you for saying
I would
that.
say aggressive, abrasive, a little bit... a bit much, maybe a little bit inebriated.
Yeah, sure. Well, I've already, yeah. So which one is that one?
Country Mick.
Okay, Country Mick is that one. Country Luke is just easy going.
Just regular, middle of the road.
Regular speed. And then one of our friends, a mutual friend of ours, you always put his phone number in the books? Right? Every book you do, you put his phone number in, right?
Yeah, I put my friend Chris Corso's phone number in.
Would you like to say it here? Might as well. I mean, you put it in books.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get real mad at this. He's gonna get more mad at that than Mark is gonna be at.
Well, we got a flip of a coin there. Can't wait to see how this all plays out.
Oh man,
let's see how many enemies we can make in 45 minutes.
Yeah. Well, we just solidified that one for at least another decade.
You know what? I'm gonna take the high road. I'm not gonna say his phone number. But,
wow. Okay.
Yeah. But if you want his phone number, just go buy any of my books.
Hey, there you go. It's
or go to like the Bowery Ballroom, Bathroom, a lot of bars and restaurants in New York City are right there. A lot of dollar bills I put it on, and get it into circulation. you know?
Oh, that's smart.
Has he ever thought about changing his phone number?
No, but he was one of the guys who got his phone first, like a cell phone in like 10th grade. So he's had it for 20 years.
That's how I am too. I have the same number I've had for actually exactly 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is today the anniversary?
Yeah, I hope so.
We should celebrate.
Yeah,
We should.
20 years of a phone number.
We should get your number tattooed on our bodies.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
that's
down.
smart. Yeah, let's go do that. Right
Eric
after
just
this.
got a tattoo. Did you talk about the tattoo yet?
Ah, man. I wasn't going to talk about that till the next episode, but here we go.
No, let's skip it.
We can cut that out. That's fine.
All right. No, we don't have to. But anyway, so you also got into comedy, right? Like you started performing, or you were always a comedy fan, and then you...
Yeah, so I always say I'm not a comic at all. I just really like doing it. It makes a lot of sense. You know how when something that you guys are both in the comedy field, comedy adjacent, whatever you want to say, anytime you start pursuing something like a job, you fall out of love with it. I love comedy so much that I just do it every once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
that's
I write
cool.
jokes, and if they work, I'll try to,
Go perform them.
go perform them. And
How's the mic scene down in Florida?
In South Florida, surprisingly very good. Like I
Okay.
was very surprised.
But you get booked on shows too. I don't mean to.
Yeah, well, mics or shows. I just did a show at the Improv in Fort Lauderdale.
Cool.
Which was a lot of fun.
I think you're allowed to call yourself a comic then. If you're getting booked for doing stand-up comedy at the Improv, I believe
Yeah.
I think you're allowed to consider that one of the things that you do.
Yeah, I guess so, but I just don't think I respect it so much, and the people who do.
I'm not
it
trying
better,
to say you're good, by the way. Like I don't want people to get that impression. But I mean, if you're getting, come on, I'm just joshing you.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's what I mean. If you love it and you do it, and you get booked at legit venues, I think that counts.
It's like a hobby. It's like I crochet on the subway, stuff like that.
Do you get booked more to perform comedy than you do booked to do poetry? Like asked to do it?
It depends. Really, COVID, fucked up everything. But
I don't know what that is.
oh yeah, it's this disease that's going around.
Oh no! Did you
Well, is
ever
it a
have it, or
disease
do
a
you have it
virus?
now?
No, I never had it.
Oh,
Never
good
had
for
it.
you.
I
And
try
you
not
were
to
in
get-
Florida. That's
I try
like
not
the
to get
Gaza
disease.
Strip of COVID.
Oh yeah.
I try not to get diseases. Never had chicken pox.
Oh.
Ever. Never had pink eye.
Really?
Never had
I've
a cold
all of
sore.
those.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
All
Yeah.
right. I got pink eye right now. If you want
Oh
to.
man, let's kiss.
That's not how you get it. We both get mono.
I thought you kissed.
Is mono still a thing? I forgot that existed.
What if COVID killed mono? Because no one was
Oh, yeah.
kissing for like a few months, so it just stopped
Oh.
spreading.
I did get polio once.
Really? Oh man, that's terrible. What was that like?
Oh, it's terrible.
So, what's your favorite chain pizza?
Papa John's.
Okay. I don't like chain pizza. I usually try to avoid getting it.
I, over the past couple of years, have started getting it. I'll get a Papa John's once in a while. Like,
Your accent really came out when you said that, and it just was the
I
most
picked it up,
wholesome Midwestern thing I think I've ever.
Yeah.
It made me want Papa John's.
Yeah, it's great.
So, guys, cruise on down to papajohns.com.
But
This
actually,
episode.
I think my favorite is Pizza Hut.
Wow.
Really?
Pizza
Man.
Hut pan crust.
Do you remember when Pizza Hut was like fancy and you sat there and you had a waiter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had to read a book to get a pizza.
Yeah, the Bucket Club.
They used to require you to
Gatsby.
read.
Yeah, I love Pizza Hut.
Oh man,
Yeah.
have you had it recently? It's not the same as when we were
I haven't had it
children.
in a couple of years because there aren't any around here. So I usually go with either Papa John's or Domino's.
Yeah, Domino's is still I think they got better.
Yeah,
it's like
Domino's
Papa
thin
John's,
crust?
Yeah,
Ooh.
and Domino's are still kicking in my household. It's like every Saturday night we're like,
Is there not a good mom and pop pizza place down there? Or?
well, it is. I'm used to New York pizza, and it's just
Right.
not the same.
Well, you were always really annoying about that because, like, you
I was
would.
gonna say, please tell them why
Yeah,
you
yeah.
suddenly asked that question.
Yeah, like you would prefer. You lived in New York and would prefer still ordering the shitty pizza you can just get in Florida, and I was always very mad about that.
Nostalgia is a pain in the butt sometimes.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
Orlando Magic
The
and
Orlando
shitty pizza.
Magic and Papa John's.
Also, can I say this? Everyone I know from Orlando is a picky idiot eater.
Not this guy.
All right. Well, sometimes you eat like an idiot, though.
I do eat like I eat everything. That's why. I ate octopus on an airplane today. I'm just kidding.
Jesus. I don't know if I ever told you this, but our friend, and I won't say his last name either, but his name is Franco. And
We said we weren't going to talk about him.
Yeah, I know. Well, this will make him happy, I guess. But anyway, so I went to Barney Greengrass in my neighborhood, the famous bagel place, and he asked the guy if he could have a bagel with some ham on it. And the server was like, the only ham here is Abraham, dude. And I was like, that's fine. That's a good. But also, like, how dare you, Franco? How dare you order ham at the famous Jewish bagel shop on the Upper West Side? You, like, what the hell?
No ham? I'll take it. How about shrimp? Can I have some shellfish on my...
You got like a clam and shrimp medley I can get on there? You got seafood spread? You got some of that?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was, I was like, all right, I'm never trying to, enrich your life with food again.
My face hurts from laughing. This is a lot of fun. Just
sitting here pissing people off.
Oh, it's great.
There's someone out there being like, Papa John's, really? Well, it's now repped by Shaq, bringing it all back around.
Have you had the Shaq-a-roni?
I have.
Is it different from a pepperoni? Or are there bits from real Shaq?
There's cured Shaq on it.
He's so big, they can just slop off little pieces.
Yeah, it comes with a shoe. And
a size 24 shoe.
It does have his face on it, and I tried to hold it up. I think it's his actual size of his face on the box. It's real big.
I thought you meant they made his face out of the
pepperoni?
toppings. Yeah. It's very intricate. I haven't had it in a while. I don't know what they're up to over at Papa John's. They fired the guy, right? They got rid of the Papa John.
The sweaty
racist.
Yeah.
I like how they're like, oh shit, we better get a black guy.
Yeah, they had to.
Who's the black guy everyone can agree on? Shaq. Yeah. So going down to Shaq.com, everybody.
Man, I hope he listens to this because we've mentioned him now like 5 times.
Yeah, this is so Orlando.
Shaq
We're talking about Shaq. We're talking about pizzas. It's the most Orlando thing.
Yeah.
So Ryan, where can people find your books?
Anywhere, Barnes & Noble, Amazon. If you go to your local small bookstore, they can order them. I'd say do that.
Okay.
Dropping some books off at Strand while I'm here in New York City.
Do you think you'll be participating in the next New York Poetry Festival?
I really hope so. I host this...
now that you don't drink, they'll probably have you back.
They're like, who are you?
Yeah, they'll make you submit tests to prove you're not on anything.
Blowing a thing. All right, he's good. Yeah, I think we're going to do it. I host this Monday night poetry. I don't host it. It's a group. Poetry workshop. And I think we all tried to go last year. It just didn't work out. And I think, or this year, the next year, we're going to all try to go. Eric, Greg, you guys should come. It is a lot of fun. You guys should drink it up.
Okay.
Again, just be normal. I don't care if you guys go nuts.
Okay. And where is it?
It's Governor's Island.
Okay.
And if you go to nypoetryfest.com, I think that's where you find it.
I would love that because, fun fact about me, I have never been to Governor's Island.
Oh my God, you gotta go.
Lovely.
Yeah.
It's actually really nice.
I've heard it's pretty
the
amazing.
ferry there is really cool.
It's beautiful out there.
Yeah.
They have this thing now where you can glamp out there. Did you
Oh,
know
really?
about this? Yeah, you can
Actually,
rent
I
a
did know
fancy
about
tent.
this. Yeah. You can glamp between the first night or the first day and the second day of the poetry festival.
Oh, nice.
I heard about this.
Well,
With
that's
a bunch
cool.
of poets.
You also sell shirts, right? You also you have extensive merchandising.
I
for
do.
all of
I'm
your
pretty
stuff.
good at merchandising.
Extensive, not expensive, by the way. I don't want to
No.
dissuade anyone from
Actually-
checking it out. Don't think you're priced out of this stuff, guys.
It's funny you say that because I have a hard line against t-shirts that are too expensive.
Sure.
On Instagram, or if you're at a concert and you're like, I love this band, and then the shirt's like $45 fucking
for a
dollars.
t-shirt,
T-shirts should not be more than $25.
No. Ever.
I don't care who you are, what it's made of, if it's made of a television or something like that.
Yeah.
I
Plasma
don't care.
screen.
I don't care if a
shirt.
hand comes out and shaves you, like an old Tex Avery cartoon.
But let's talk about so one I designed that you were nice enough to put up there.
Yeah.
That's my favorite, and I wear it every
Greg
summer.
has one too.
Yeah.
There's one of
Yeah,
Greg's.
yep.
You can go buy one of Greg's face on it.
Oh, that was hilarious. One time we were at a birthday party or something. Eric shows up with the beatboxing with Greg's shirt on, and it has my face on it, and I was standing next to him, and it was hilarious.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
People are just like, why do you have that guy's face on your shirt?
Oh man.
So another one I designed was I put happy 300th birthday America, and then it's an American flag, and then it says July 4th 2076 on it. And that was because I wanted to get in on the tricentennial merch thing before anybody else, and I think I did.
It's a good move.
Yeah. So where can people find that shirt?
If you go to coyoteblood.mademyshirt.com, that's where you
Okay.
can find a lot. I actually have one with you on it
Oh.
that I'm so bummed I forgot to wear. I was going to wear it.
It's before I had a beard.
It is
right?
before
Yeah.
you had a beard.
My head kind of looks like a thumb.
I was just about to say, the way your body is shaped.
Yeah, I'm
and
making a weird stance.
I'm doing the thumbs up.
I
Like
kind of
this
wish you
is
hadn't made that shirt now that we're talking about it.
I wear it to sleep a lot. Is that weird? And I'm not
Yes.
kidding. It's not
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
weird.
hyperbole at all. It's just really comfy. I'm not kidding. This is not a joke or a bit.
Wow.
I do wear Eric to sleep a lot.
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I kind of wish I didn't know that, and that wasn't a thing. Now that we're exploring it a little bit.
Oh man.
One time I wore that July 4th, 2076 shirt, and we were up in Lake George at a A&W root beer stand, and the young lady working there. Yeah, well, go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
Greg just exhaled and goes, "I love it."
Oh, I love A&W root beer on the tap.
You're so
Oh,
wholesome,
buddy.
man. You're so
No.
wholesome.
I love A&W.
So I was wearing it, and the girl working there looked at my shirt and then goes, "Oh shit, is that today?" Like, what?
It's the future.
It's like 50 years away.
What? Oh shit! Like oh no! Like I wasted my whole life working at this fucking A&W. Like what? She was very concerned that she had missed the tricentennial.
Like she fell asleep. Like what's that Washington Irving character that
Pippi Longstocking. I think you're-
Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, there we go.
I was gonna say something about the shirt. I don't know. Keep going. I fucked that up.
All right, so where all can people find your stuff? We're closing it out here, by the way. That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing
Yeah.
here. Just if you Google Coyote Blood, you'll
Oh
find
yeah, let's
all
talk
my
about
stuff.
the origin. Sorry, let's talk about the origins of that. We didn't get into that.
Oh yeah. Do we have the time?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so depending on who you ask, just like New York.
We don't have time for you to pause like that again. though.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
shit.
God damn it.
All right, A&W.
Yeah.
Coyote Blood is my brand, my moniker. I don't really know how to.
I'd say it's your brand.
Yeah, it's my brand. And depending on who asks me, I'll just tell the people the truth. Your audience deserves the truth.
Thank you.
If this was a magazine or some sort of quality publication, I would say Coyote Blood is the brand, the press, whatever. It is now a poetry publishing press, and if you're a stranger, I would say my parents were eaten by coyotes in front of me.
Oh dear.
That's a story I go
Has
with
anyone?
a lot.
I bet the girl at A&W would believe that.
She was like, "Wow, really?"
Whoa, really?
She said,
The year was 2075.
She said mine too. And then the real story. This is how it happened. When I met you, I was working at a place called Alice's Teacup on the Upper East Side, and
Which is a drug den, right?
it's a lovely mom and pop drug den.
It is a place where like moms take their daughters,
Yeah,
right? It's
and
like,
then this guy worked there.
yeah, and then you
really.
terrifying pirate Ryan worked there.
I was like a manager. And it was me and the baker were there first. And every day they had different scone flavors. It was my job to talk to the baker and write the scone flavors on this board. And my friend Ruben worked there, and he was a busser. Before he would come in, I would write funny scone flavors, and one of them was coyote blood, and I think it was coyote blood and fried rice was like the whole thing, just to make them laugh. And
I like this. I didn't know this.
Yeah, that's the truth. And then we were both like, that's pretty badass. And at the time, I was involved I was in the house band at Broadway Comedy Club. Did you know this?
What?
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like once a week.
Because you don't play any instruments.
Not one.
Yeah.
Not one.
I remember like you had a guitar and I was over at your house and I was like, oh, like what chords do you know? And you're like, I don't know any. You were like, I don't know any chords. I'm like, why do you have a guitar?
It looks cool.
Yeah. What did you play in the?
I was like a
jug?
the hype man.
Oh, okay.
You know?
So nothing. You were like a ska band
No,
guy.
our,
You're just skanking up there.
Yeah, I was like the skanker from Mighty Mighty Bosstones.
Yeah,
that guy.
Well, we'll never book him now.
Oh, devils. So when we were doing that house band at Broadway Comedy Club, which used to be something else, and they were like, what's the name of your band? And that's just what we were like, oh, I don't know, fucking Coyote Blood.
Wow.
And it evolved from that. And then I started writing it on the subway in New York and on street lamps and shit.
That's actually the thing that you've said on this podcast that might get you in the most trouble now that we're... Yeah, because now they'll come after you.
Oh,
you
why?
just admitted to vandalism.
Oh, devils.
Oh, buddy.
Good thing.
Yeah, you better get out of here.
I'm out of here.
So where can people find your podcasts?
Oh, just go anywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Just go anywhere.
Just go anywhere.
Go to Alice's Teacup on the Upper East Side.
Go to South Florida. Go to Papa John's.
Go to Orlando. I'll meet you there.
Go to A&W Root Beer. Greg will be there.
Oh, I live there, man.
But wait till July 4th, 2076. We'll meet you at the A&W.
Do you think we'll be alive?
No, I definitely will not be alive.
How old will you be in 2076?
I'll be 91.
I think you're going to be alive.
Dude, tall people don't live long.
Oh,
Did you not know this?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because of your bones?
No, because your
of your
heart
heart.
works harder to get the
Yeah.
blood out to your extremities.
Yeah, that's
Plus, you and I spent our 20s just ruining our hearts.
which is weird. I never got
Hey, let's
sick.
drink a bottle of whiskey and do all the cocaine.
Weird enough, during that whole decade, never got sick.
Really?
I think it's just that no viruses or anything could live in our body. My body.
You just killed off anything
like, I
that could have
can't.
done any harm.
Remember when our friend Justin Passmore accidentally licked the pole on the subway and then got violently ill for a week?
He was in the Coyote Blood house band. He played the guitar.
Really?
Yeah, it was me.
He went
and
on to
him.
be a very popular model.
Yeah, he did. He did. I
And
wonder
then,
if
and then he stopped talking to us too. I don't know
Man.
if he's an enemy though. I think
let's
he just
make him one.
let's make him an enemy. I might have just now by mentioning that he licked the pole on the subway and got very ill.
Yeah, he was trying to be a real kook, and he was like, "Look," and then the
Yeah, he
subway.
pretended to lick it. He was like, look, and then we hit a bump, and he like licked the subway
like
pole.
flat.
But to
Like
us,
flat.
it just looked like he intentionally. We were like, why would you do that? And then like a few days later, we're like, hey, you want to hang out? He's like, I'm very sick.
I'm very sick. Man.
So bothering the band, go listen to the podcast. Ryan Buynak, thank you so much
Thank you.
for
This is
saying all these terrible things and making us look like true assholes and wild idiots.
I promise you, we are nice boys.
Yeah, we're very nice.
We're very nice
Greg
boys.
will vouch for us.
Yeah, you guys are
Greg's got
some of the best.
Yeah, thanks. And Greg likes A&W. How wholesome is that,
Yeah.
you know? So,
Guys, this has been so fun. My face hurts from laughing. This has been a blast. Thank
All
you
right,
so
cool.
much.
thank you.
All right.
Wow, I could have gone without talking about some of the things Ryan talked about, but here we are. We'll see. We may have to remove this episode at some point, but
It was a lot of fun, especially for me, since I don't know some of the people you were talking about.
yeah. Well, it was fun. I mean, my face still hurts from laughing. So
Me too.
yeah, it was a good time. Good to see Ryan. So thanks to Ryan for being here, and thanks to you folks at home for listening.